And now, Mike's thoughts. Good afternoon, Man Hour Nation. Michael Buckasha here with the Man Hour live, raw, uncut sports talk right here on the Wednesday edition of Man Hour. We're going to start today with some shock news, as always, right here on the Man Hour. And obviously, guys, there's been big fallout from the incident that happened with the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills. We will dive deeper in that today, but this is something that has just been kind of rubbing me the wrong way, right? T. Higgins obviously is the person that delivered the blow to the man that ultimately caused him to go into cardiac arrest. I was on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, doing my normal thing there, right? And people had the audacity to give death threats to T. Higgins, saying that he did this on purpose, he did this maliciously, he did this, and this. They're literally trying to kill the man for something that he had no control over. What in God's green gracious, in your right mind, do you think that is okay? Now, there's been tremendous amount of support, right, on the other side of the factor. But when people come out at T. Higgins and say, I'm going to kill you for doing this is malicious, you messed up. What is wrong with you? You understand that it was a freak accident. Everything lined up to the millisecond to make this thing happen. It wasn't the hit. It just wasn't the heart murmur. It just wasn't the fact that it was 67 degrees outside. It was a perfect storm. T. Higgins had nothing to do with it. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. It just, that is what it is. And for anybody that wants to blame T. Higgins, death threat him, do whatever you are doing to T. Higgins on the social media, say it to the man's face. I guarantee you this man is so distraught right now that he doesn't even know what day it is. I guarantee you. So get out behind your computer screen, get out behind your phone screen, go say that to T. Higgins' face. See what happens. See what happens if you say that to the man's face. I guarantee you, you might be in ICU as well. Because it is what you guys are possibly doing, or what you are doing on the old interwebs to this man, is stupid. Absolutely stupid. Cue the intro. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You know on the beat every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that while I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the court. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live, all 3 speaks go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckasha here with the Man Hour. Sure to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page and sure to check out the blog section as well. We got the Takeaway 22 merch over there. If you guys can see, that's got a nice little ribbon with the dog tags on with the Takeaway 22. All proceeds from this go to the Kalahar Project that my man Beastie Combs is very, very active in. So all proceeds from this merch goes directly to that helping raise awareness of soldiers' suicide prevention. We are very well active in the suicide prevention realm over here at Man Hour and of course Man Hour Radio as well. So we have the Takeaway 22 merch, we have the Stay Tomorrow Need You merch, all that suicide merch, guys, is over at manhourradio.com or at facebook.com. We do have the merch tab over there. Click on that, bada bing, bada boom. All proceeds go to the Kalahari Project, helping raise suicide awareness. So guys, help us spread the word, get the word out like, hey, suicide is not okay. 22 soldiers a day end their lives because of XYZ. Whether it be a divorce, whether it be transitioning, doing this. It is very, very hard for an active duty military person to go from high on the kite, living the world, to working at Walmart. It is very, very rough for them. But guys, welcome to the Wednesday edition of Man Hour here, right here at youtube.com/Man Hour, and of course, facebook.com/Man Hour. And if you guys are going to miss any part of the show whatsoever, we do replay this at 2 a.m. So if you're up in the 2 a.m. hour like I am, check it out. We'll do the replay. I'm active in the chat there. Bada bing, bada boom. We have a good time. Or if you like to listen to the radio, you can check us on iTunes and, of course, Spotify and iHeartRadio. Download those podcast forums and help us share out the content. Sharing is caring. So, guys, on Way or No Way Wednesday day, it is simple. We get out a statement and we simply say if it's a way or if it's in a no way. We're going to talk a little bit about the Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills and how this game has to happen. We're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and if they should even try to attempt to win in Week 18. Justin Fields has been benched, and Ron Rivera says Sam Howell will start versus the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. All good things popping all over here at Man Hour. But first, we got to welcome some people into the chat. If you are in the chat, let me know, say what's up so we can give you a big shout out. Mama Buck is in there as always. What is up, Mama? The wifey is in there. Hello, wifey. We see BC Combs in the chat. BC will be on with me tonight at 7 p.m. East Coast time. We're really going to dive into that injury and really talk from the aspect of the outside looking in, not from a player's aspect. So we're going to, not from my aspect, we're going to talk from BC's aspect and see what is going on over there. We see Drew in the chopping up in the chat. What is up, Drew? Arthur Brown is popping back up in there. What's up, Arthur? And Drew Harrington is popping in as well. Joey is popping in, and Lane. Guys, thank you all for joining us today right here on the Wednesday edition of Man Hour. But it is time to get into the way or no way.
No way. Yes way.
And the first way or no way of the day here, of this Wednesday edition right here at the Man Hour. Obviously, guys, the Bengals versus Bills game has been postponed, is not being rescheduled this week whatsoever. Week NFL 18 season, or Week 18 is obviously going to take place before this game is finished. However, way or no way, guys, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills game it has to be finished before Week 18 can start. And when I was first presenting this question, I was very weary of talking about it because, you know, these wounds are very, very fresh still, right? And people are scared to talk about the business side of the NFL. People have been scared to talk about the playoff side of the of this game. Guys, this game is very, very important, not only for the cities, the players, and the teams involved, but for the rest of the AFC. If the Buffalo Bills were to win that game, they are in a fast track to be the number one overall seed, getting that first round bye, getting 3 home playoff games. If they were to lose, Kansas City Chiefs would have got the number one seed. So when we look at this game, like I said, Skip Bayless was spot on. Yes, the NFL player Shannon Sharpe is being very sensitive about the situation, and I get it. I understand it. I'm a player myself, or was a player myself, and I get it, and I understand the situation. But the business side of things, my business mind saying, man, this game has to be completed. Because if it is not completed before the Week 18 team, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas Raiders game, All of a sudden, that game means nothing to the Kansas City Chiefs if the Buffalo Bills would have lost that game. They could have rested Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. They could have rested all their starters, get 2 weeks of rest going into the playoffs nice and fresh. Now they have to play that game versus the Las Vegas Raiders to keep their number one seed, right? Let's look at the Baltimore Ravens, right? They have an opportunity to win the AFC North still, right? Now they don't know if they want to play next week or, there's so many equations that can happen by this game alone. So I'm going to go with way. This game should have been completed before Week 18 can proceed. Give everybody a bye week. Push the whole thing back. We have a built-in bye week anyways, but for the Pro Bowl, which who's going to watch flag football anyways? I mean, I'm probably going to watch it just because I'm intrigued of like what's going to happen. But they can literally move everything back. They can move the Pro Bowl to the week after the Super Bowl. The Pro Bowl is not that big a thing. Obviously, the Super Bowl can't be moved because all the logistics and whatnot, right? There's a big logistic nightmare. People flying in, spend all types of money. I get it. But this Week 17 game has to be completed. It has to. I mean, clearly it's not, but it should have been completed. Definitely 100% it should have been completed. And I see some comments strolling in. You are an insensitive prick. Think about this man's health. I am not an insensitive prick. I understand the severity of the situation. I understand this man almost lost his life. He is improving now. Great news has been spread out there, right? He is breathing now, 50% like on his own. He has brain function, he has liver function. Like he is doing a lot better, right? But at some point, you have to move on. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be light of the situation, but at some point you have to move on. Just like when somebody dies. Are you going to sit in your bed for the next week and a half just like crying? No, you get 3 days off of work and you have to go back, right? Some places might give you a week, but you have to move on. Sometimes you just have to rip the wound off and move on, right? Just like peeling off a Band-Aid. Right now, it's kind of like, just rip it off and move on. I'm not saying do not care about the guy. Do not keep him in your prayers. Do not keep him in your thoughts. Don't do everything that you're doing. But at the end of the day, billions of dollars is being washed around right here. It is a business at the end of the day. The business of making money. His GoFundMe is making tons of money right now because of all this, right? Like, just at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. And you have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be cognizant of the severity of this situation. Bengals versus Bill game is a huge thing in the NFL. Not only for the city of Cincinnati, not only for the number one seeding for the Buffalo Bills or the Kansas City Chiefs or even the Cincinnati Bengals, right? This can mean the difference between winning a Super Bowl and losing a Super Bowl. This could be the difference of making $17 million at your next home game or having to pay $10 million to fly to Buffalo. Like, there is just, I get it, people. I get it, but let's move on.
No way. Yes way.
Speaking of number one seed, the Dallas Cowboys have an excellent opportunity to not only win the NFC East, but get the number one overall seed in the NFC playoffs. All they got to do is beat the Commanders this week, which they are basically in tank mode, and the Philadelphia Eagles have to lose and the 49ers have to lose. So lose, and a win, and they're the number one seed. But way or no way, the Dallas Cowboys should not want to win the AFC, should not want to go up in the playoffs. So when we think about this, guys, right? The Dallas Cowboys have 4 scenarios of which they can land in the NFC playoffs. Right now, they're currently at the 5th overall seed. If they're at the 5th seed, they will be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the second time this season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of flexed on them week 1, but a lot of things have changed since then. Tampa Bay Buccaneers went like this, Cowboys went like this, and now they're both kind of like this, right? It could be a very, very good game. But when we look at other scenarios, the Dallas Cowboys could jump up to the number 3 seed if they beat the Philadelphia Eagles, if the Eagles lose and they beat the Commanders, winning the NFC East, right? Let's say that happens. They can jump up to the 3rd seed. The New York Football Giants are locked in at the 6th seed right now. That means that the Dallas Cowboys will be playing at home versus the New York Football Giants for the 3rd time this season. Already beaten them twice this season. What is the hardest thing to do in sports? Beat a team 3 times. Don't want that, do you? So then you can move up to the 2nd seed, right? You're at home. You have 3 home playoff games, yada, yada, yada. But look who a possibility that you could be playing. A very, very hot Green Bay Packers team. A pretty hot Detroit Lions team. And a sinking ship of the Seattle Seahawks. You're already beating the Lions this season, and we know what happened to the Green Bay Packers earlier this season. Do you want to play those teams a second time? I don't think so. Then we move up to the number 1 seed. Yes, you get a bye. But you probably have to play. Drum roll, please. The New York Football Giants in round number 2. So way or no way should the Cowboys not want to win week 18? I'm going to say way. The Dallas Cowboys should not want to win week 18. They should basically pretty much go in cruise mode against the Commanders. They should rest their star players, make sure nobody gets injured. Like I know Dak hyperextended his knee last week. I mean, yes, a NFC East title is all good and gravy, right? But do we think the 49ers are going to lose next week? No. Do we think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to lose next week? Probably. They're not playing good football right now. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be out again. But do you want to play the New York Football Giants for the 3rd time this season, first round of the playoffs? No. You don't. Do you want to play a freaking hot right now Green Bay Packers team? No, you don't. Do you want to jump up to the number 2 seed possibly and play the Seahawks? No, you don't. I think the best position for the Dallas Cowboys right now moving forward is that number 5 seed versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I did say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the most dangerous team in the NFC playoffs. Don't get that twisted. It's going to be a dogfight. But would you rather have a dogfight for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or versus the New York Giants? Give me the Tampa Bay's Buccaneers 6% of the time. I mean, the NFC playoffs is pretty freaking loaded right now. If I am anybody, I would be pretty much scared to be in the NFC playoffs. It is what it is.
No way. Yes way.
Moving on here to the next topic, the way or no way, number 3 of this Wednesday edition of Man Hour Sports. If you guys have not done so already, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know you are here. Sharing is caring. Let's get the word out, guys. We are the best damn radio show on the planet. We are live at 2 p.m. East Coast time every Monday through Friday right here on your said platform that you are listening to. And we do the after hour show at 7 p.m. East Coast time. Tonight is with my man Beastie Combs. Pretty excited about that. Me and Beastie we started Man Hour and we haven't really had a show together in such a long time. I feel like I need to throat punch him. Thinking about going to Chicago tomorrow, play some bags with him. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I can get off the old work and the wife will let me go. But speaking of Chicago, Justin Fields has officially been ruled out versus the Week 18 versus the Minnesota Vikings with a hip injury. Justin Fields has kind of been battling injuries for the last 5, 6, 7 weeks, right? Ever since the Chicago Bears have been eliminated, he has either had a hand or a hamstring or a hip or a knee. He's basically the walking wounded right now. I mean, the Bears have been eliminated since Week 13. So way or no way, Justin Fields should have been set a long time ago. So I've been kind of going back and forth on this. When this first happened, when the Bears were first eliminated from the playoff contention, they're the first team to get eliminated, by the way. Sorry, Beastie. I said, maybe they should just shut Justin Fields down for the rest of the season. This is your, quote, franchise quarterback. Let's not get him injured. The offensive line is terrible. The receivers are kind of blah. Let him rest. Let him sit back, learn the offense, right? Let the Nathan Peterman, which is starting on Sunday, let him kind of take the licks, right? So me and BC had a very heated conversation about this. He says, no, let the man learn, trial by fire, let him get beat up, let him do this, this, and this, and this, and then the next week he gets hurt again, right? It's just like, So now they're sitting him down for a apparent hip injury. Way or no way, they should have done this a long time ago. This is absolutely way. This is an absolute way. They should have sat Justin Fields the minute they were eliminated from the playoffs. I don't care what anybody else has to say here on the Man Hour Sports Network. I don't care what BC has to say. I don't care what Ryan Fitz has to say. I don't care what Chris has to say or Luke G. All those guys are talking out their butts at the end of the day. If Justin Fields is truly your franchise quarterback, the quarterback that you want for the next 10 to 15 years, well, let's just say 5 to 10, you should have sat him down, got him healthy, going into next season, 100%, no questions asked, no surgeries needed, no lingering toe injury. Learn the playbook a little bit better. Just sit back and relax. They should have 100% sat him so he wouldn't be in this situation now. Now, I get it. Gauge speed of the NFL. You can only learn so much by watching. You can only do this, and this, right? You have to get in there to get your feet wet, right? Well, how about this? See what you had in your backup quarterback in Nathan Peterman. Do you need to go out and get another backup? Do you need to go do this? Do you need to go do that? Does this play calling scheme work better with these? There's so many different things that the Chicago Bears could have done this season after they were eliminated from the playoffs, and Justin Fields sitting him was probably the number one thing they should have done weeks ago. Not Week 18 when the games don't even matter anymore. I mean, the games haven't mattered for 6 weeks for the Chicago Bears. They definitely should have sat him. I mean, it's stupid. Stupid. Way they should have sat his ass. Way time ago. Greg is coming into the chat here. What is up, Greg? Hope you're having a grand old time. I have a question over here on Facebook. We actually just talked about it, and I said, should the Cowboys try to win on Sunday? And Greg said simply, no. They should not. They are overrated. Whew. Taking the words right out of my mouth there, Greg. So let me ask you guys this. What is considered overrated? Because I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are overrated at all. I've said that their defense is kind of overrated, right? It's still a pretty good defense. People have them as the top tier 1, 2, 3 defense in the league. I don't think they're there right now. They were earlier in the season, but right now they're not. The Dallas Cowboys are not an overrated team, man. The Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl down team from the NFC. If they stay at the 5th seed, they're probably going to beat the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are a dangerous team, yes. But they've been so hot and cold this year, you don't know what you're going to get. I'd rather play the Buccaneers first round than the Giants or than the Packers or who's going to be the number 2 seed? The 49ers, right? Give me the Bucs, Cowboys all day long. The Cowboys are not overrated, man. Greg, I love you like a brother and fuck you like a sister, but damn it, they're not overrated. They are not overrated. Sheesh, this guy.
No way. Yes way.
And as we transition to the last segment of the day here, guys, right here on Man Hour, Wednesday edition, 2 p.m., Man Hour Live NFL Talk. This is the only place where we truly get live, raw, uncut sports talk each and every day. I'm not hammered down by any network because I am the network. That is how we do it over here at Man Hour. But let's stay in the NFC East. We've been talking about the Cowboys. We've been talking about the Giants. Why not let's just talk about the whole trifecta? Let's talk about the Washington Commanders. Coach Ron Rivera says Sam Howell and Taylor Heinicke will both play on Sunday versus the Dallas Cowboys. Ron Rivera, guys, has, is this a mistake? Ron Rivera has kind of been out of touch the last couple weeks, right? We all saw that press conference when he said, do you consider starting Sam Howell since you're eliminated from the playoffs? He's got what? We're eliminated from the playoffs? Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, if the Packers win, you guys are done. Oh, well, I guess we'll see what happens. Guys, Ron Rivera's kind of lost touch. I mean, I understand the death of his wife, right? Well, I'm pretty sure he's the one that lost his wife, right? That's a huge impact on his life. He had throat cancer, right? I understand everything is piling up in him in his personal life, but when you come to work, you have to really focus. But is it a mistake to start Sam Howell and Taylor Heinicke Sunday versus the Dallas Cowboys? That is an absolute way. That is the biggest mistake that Ron Rivera is going to make this season. If both of those quarterbacks play, that is a huge, huge mistake. He has already sat Taylor Heinicke a couple weeks ago in place of Carson Wentz because Taylor Heinicke was not performing very well. Now, Taylor Heinicke was on this other Jeremy Lin level for a couple weeks, right? He was performing. He was doing good things. He was on the board for the season ticket holder. Carson Wentz like, man, am I ever going to get to play again? But then he went, pew, and blew up, right? Carson Wentz came in. He went, right? Now, the Commanders are out of the playoffs. You have a rookie quarterback that you drafted to basically learn from Carson Wentz and succeed him moving forward. Put his ass in there and let him play the whole freaking game. If you need to see what you have in Sam Howell, it is simple as that. You know what you have in Taylor Heinicke. He is a good, viable backup quarterback. The Taylor Heinicke mania is over. We saw it. He was good for 3 or 4 games, and then 5th game, he's like, right? We know what we have in Carson Wentz. Not a very good quarterback anymore, unfortunately. Ever since that ACL tear in Philadelphia a couple years ago, he has not been himself ever again. No more MVP caliber quarterback for Carson Wentz. Time to see what you have in Sam Howell. The whole game. Give him first snap reps all week long. Name him as a starter for Sunday. Hey, man, go out there, win us a game versus the Dallas Cowboys. You don't need to worry about looking over your shoulder to see if Taylor Heinicke is going to come in or Carson Wentz or if I'm going to do this, and this. That is setting the kid up for failure. You want to set somebody up for failure? Say, hey, you run on a very short leash. We know you haven't had nothing to do with us all season long, and we don't have anything to play for, but if you mess up, I want to pull you out. Way to kill a kid's confidence real freaking quick before you even take the first snap. Ron Rivera, you are losing touch, my man. You were a good coach. Maybe it's time to hang him up. But starting or playing both Sam Howell and Taylor Heinicke on Sunday is the biggest mistake that you could possibly make. Just play Sam Howell 100% of the time. Tell him, go out there, sling it all around. We're not punting, we're not kicking, we're not doing nothing. 4th and 20, we're going for it. We have nothing to play for. If we lose, we get a better draft pick. If we win, we beat the Dallas Cowboys. Win, win, win situation. If Sam Howell claws out, hey, we got a quarterback for the future. We have something to work with. If he sucks, great. We need to go back to the drawing board and draft a quarterback. We need to go get Jimmy G. We need to go get Brock Purdy. We need to go get Aaron Rodgers. We need to go get Matt Ryan. Whoever. Find out what you have in the man. Just stop, Ron Rivera. Good God, man. Are you really that out of touch? Sheesh.
No way. Yes way.
All right, guys, so that is it for Where No Way here on the Wednesday edition of Man Hour at manhoursports.com. manhourradio.com is where you can find us on the old interwebs. And, of course, you can find us on youtube.com/manhour. Of course, facebook.com/manhoursports. We are live 2 p.m. East Coast time every Monday through Friday right here on your said platform. And the After Hours show is 7 p.m. Monday through Friday as well. Tonight, we got my man Beastie Combs on. I'm pretty excited to have him on. That is my brother from another mother. We are the boys right here on Man Hour. Usually he's with me, but obviously we're doing daytime. He works during the day, so we'll figure it out. But I want to wrap the show up, guys, with a post that I just posted on the old Facebook page, on the old interwebs. And this question is very, very simple, very cut and dry. Is Justin Fields a franchise quarterback? Now, if you guys remember yesterday, I said my definition of a franchise quarterback is a quarterback that you know is going to be there for the next 5 or 10 years. A quarterback that makes that team better. A quarterback that elevates average wide receivers and makes them great receivers. We're looking at Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, right? You can throw Dak Prescott in there, right? So, by that definition, guys, is Justin Fields a franchise quarterback? And I'm going to have to go back on a limb and say no. Because right now, we are not seeing Justin Fields making players around him better. We are not seeing Justin Fields elevate the level of play of the Chicago Bears. Now, he is an excellent talent. He can throw the ball despite what people are saying. He can run the ball very, very well. He does take command of the offense. But he doesn't elevate the players of the players around him. Chase Claypool, excellent pickup. What has he done for you since? That first week he had like maybe 5-6 catches. You haven't heard from him since, right? So I'm asking this on the Facebook page, but asking you guys right here on the Man Hour. Is Justin Fields a franchise quarterback? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. I'll be curious to just to see what you guys think. Now, jumping over here on the comments of this said post here, Michael Mullerum says he is an OSU quarterback. Then the answer is no. No good quarterback from that system has become a franchise quarterback. So, I have heard this be played out over and over and over again, right? We have heard, oh, he's from Ohio State. He can't be a system quarterback because of this, this, and this. Just because they've had some failures at quarterback in the NFL, that Tory guy, other names out there, it doesn't mean that it's a system thing. It doesn't mean since he came from Ohio State, he's not going to be a franchise quarterback. Name me another franchise quarterback that's come from Michigan besides Tom Brady. So since Tom Brady came from Michigan, if you draft a quarterback from Michigan, he's ultimately going to be like a franchise best quarterback ever. No, it just doesn't work like that. It is all about where you're wired. So, sorry, Michael. I see what you're saying, but he's definitely wrong on that one. Torrey Anderson, my man, Our Mr. Mock draft expert ourselves and fantasy guru says, get him an old line and one more receiver upgraded from Claypool, and he has a real shot. So, Tori, I think that is kind of the Lamar Jackson case there. Oh, he needs a number one receiver to succeed, right? Well, a franchise quarterback should be able to take Chase Claypool, the tight end that they had, Kermit or whatever how you say his name. He should be able to take those players and elevate them. Now, the O-line is the big issue. The O-line is terrible. I get that. Yes, so I do agree with that. Duncan says for maybe 2 years, maybe. Well, by my definition, 5 to 10 years moving forward, 2 years is not a franchise quarterback. He's still on his rookie deal for the next 2 seasons. Definitely not a franchise quarterback. Another person says, I would like to see Fields in purple. His rushing upside is great, but I don't think he is a great all-time great passer. I don't think he's a great all-time passer either, but is Tom Brady a great all-time passer? Now, he does have 800 miles passing, right? But he's also been in the league for 25 years. What makes you a great all-time passer? Is it be able to thread the dime, throw the ball 80 yards, or to nickel and dime it down the field? I'd be curious to see what a definition of a great all-time passer is, but the rushing upside is not what the Vikings need. The Vikings just need Kirk Cousins to win in prime time, and they'll be fine. Patrick Miller says no, he will be a backup within 2 years. I would not be surprised if that happens. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. I would not be surprised if Lamar Jackson is a backup, not next year, but the year after that. Evan Justice says, Justin Fields is a joke as a franchise quarterback. It's a good joke, right? Joshua Shadow just says possibly. Wayne G, my man. Wayne G is our normal guest on Tuesday of the After Hours show here. He says, not yet, but he could be. Wayne G, I'm going to take your comment. I'm going to fold it up so when I have you on next week, we're going to talk about this. Robert Borland says, maybe. Put people around him. See, I love always waffling answers. Well, maybe, possibly, but he needs this, this, and this. I mean, I understand players, quarterbacks need people around them to help succeed, right? Jalen Hurts needed A.J. Brown. Tua needed Hill. I get it. But at the same time, Jalen Hurts kind of had that it factor. Tua, you can put anybody you want around him. He's still not a franchise quarterback. Dana says, yeah, but not in Chicago. Is it because of the lack of the offensive line, the lack of the Eberflus's play calling? Wonder why not in Chicago, Dana? Let me know. Barry says, absolutely. Alrighty, Barry must be a Chicago Bears fan. Michael Howell says, no, he is going to burn out early in his career. That is tough. Because when you think of franchise quarterbacks, we're thinking 5 to 10 years. So burnout early is probably 7th season. Bada bing, bada boom, you're gone, man. Patrick says yes. Blaine says not yet. Christopher Utley says nope. Jonas says not yet. Natty says nope. So I feel like it's overwhelming that Justin Fields is not a franchise quarterback. Let me know what you guys think, though. Is Justin Fields a franchise quarterback? Let me know. But, guys, that is going to be it for today. Join me in a couple hours as we have my man Beastie Combs on the After Hours tonight, 7 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com/manhour or at facebook.com/manhour. Either way, we're there, live, raw, uncut sports talk as always. See you in a couple hours, 7 p.m. East Coast time. Later.